Hey, my Sagittarius babies, what's happening? This is EJ from Taurota Tarot. Yep, it's that time for the November 2020 Sagittarius reading. La da da. Y'all got some stuff going on. Everybody does, but some of y'all are struggling. It feels like between maybe new opportunities that you see on the horizon versus what you've been doing traditionally. So, for example, if you've been working a regular 9 to 5 for the past oopty-eyed years, you are being presented now with a chance to work from home. And y'all are struggling with that. We're just with little, I know. Most people are like, yes, oh, work from home. But Sagittarius, being Sagittarius, y'all might not be feeling that. It may not be that specific thing, but something akin to. And it's just for you a struggle between what you feel is tradition and have been doing this said thing for a while versus something new coming towards you. Could be a relationship for some of you, and it just doesn't have all the traditional bells and whistles that a regular relationship might have. So let's see what we got going on here. I have already shuffled and cut the cards. We're going to do week 1, week 2, front and back end of your overall energy. The front end is popping up with the Ace of Cups. But I tell you, new stuff. And the back end, I be damn, 9 of Cups. It just don't get no better than that. New shit, traditional shit. Work it out. Work it out. From 1 to 9. There you go. Let's see what this challenge is. There's your challenge for the month of November, the Wheel of Fortune. And what I hear is letting go. I'm looking at the bird up here. Yeah, it looks like a bald eagle. Really soaring, flying through the sky. The challenge is accepting what the wheel gives you. Now, we ain't talking about the difference between a Cadillac and a little Hyundai, But again, the difference between what you know and what's traditional and what's new. You're open, it feels like for some of you, because I'm looking at this Ace of Cups on the front end, you're open to change, but then when it gets down to trying to, overchange, y'all ain't feeling that. Y'all ain't feeling that. But I'm going to say this, probably better to go with something new than to hang on to something old at this point. I've been saying that a lot for Taurus this year. Matter of fact, past year and a half, because of some of the things that Taurus has going on astrologically. But I'm going to say the same thing to you, Sagittarius. Maybe it's time to look at the new stuff and start letting go of turning your back on something, letting go of the old. So, okay, November look like it's getting ready to be an ass kicker. Oh, yes, sir. So, for some of you, this might be relationship shit because you got 3 out of 4 cups in your overall. On the front end, the Ace of Cups and the 10 of Coin or 10 of Pentacles, you're ready for the next move. That's the best way I know how to put this energy. You're ready to make that step up. You are ready to commit, job, whatever. But your hesitation, I'm looking at the back of this chair right now, your hesitation is because you're unsure. We can run the gamut on that. You've been hurt before, you ain't trying to get hurt no more. You've been fired before, you ain't trying to get fired. I feel you. But it's causing you almost to second guess yourself. So when we look at the back end of your overall energy with the 2 of Cups on top of the 9 of Cups, It almost feels like it's too good to be true. And that might be where some of the hesitation is coming from. This is on the back end. This is really where you are right now. It's like you're walking through a time warp. The hell? Wow. Ooh, wow. Wow. That part. It's confining to you, Sagittarius, because you don't understand the energy. This is not regular fire, hop up and go, fuck all dumb shit, we'll talk about the details later type thing, like fire signs. Like, this is emotional shit. This is the dig way deep down in your purse emotional shit. And y'all are not, this is a struggle for some of you. With the Wheel of Fortune, like I said, it's gonna land. Wishing for home and harmony. That's what the Ten of Cups means in this deck. So you want all of this. Your challenge here, honestly, is to go with the damn flow. It is going to feel like this to you, Sagittarius, like this shit all over the place. Because it's like, ooh, there's a flower over here and a potted plant over here. It just feels all of that. Just boop, 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 boop. And it's emotional. It's deep emotional. Your challenge is to go with the flow. That's a flower falling, which looks like it's right in front of the fountain. It probably isn't the way it's painted. But it's just, it might even be an angel. I'm old, my eyes are bad. What the hell you want? But the imagery here is the float. That's your challenge. To quit tripping and float. I'm just saying. Now, the month is full of some bumpy shit. We're just off the rip. I'm looking at the ass end of the King of Cups sitting on top of the Three of Wands. Yeah, that part. Some of you may be dealing with issues of infidelity. Others of you where it's related to business. You may be dealing with just what feels like betrayal. It really isn't. Now, this is not romance. I'm talking business. It really isn't betrayal. People are trying to do the best thing they know how to do for their business. But to you, it just feels like a straight ass slap in the face. That you were running out the gate with this. Don't overreact. Don't overreact, because when you feel this, you're still going to be in some of Mercury retrograde shadow. And you might overestimate as well as underestimate the people you're dealing with. And I'm not saying that as some big boogeyman warning. I'm just saying you don't want to over or underdo. So the better issue is just don't react at all to whatever's going on. Kind of just deal with it. If this is relationship related and literally about infidelity and third party type shit, same message but on a different level. Don't respond or react the way your partner might be thinking you're going to respond or react. So if your partner's already thinking they're going to get cussed out because you went through their phone and you saw somebody's phone number in the picture, the this or the da, the dee dee da, don't react the way that anybody's going to expect you to react. If your initial knee-jerk thing is to explode, don't. That's the best way I know how to put that. As we move on through the first part of November with the Seven of Swords on top of the Fool, just what I'm saying to you, don't be reckless. Don't be reckless. Don't just react to something or act on impulse. However, some of you, somebody tell me they cheating, I'm cutting your tires. Don't do it. Don't do it. Wherever you are on the spectrum, don't be reckless. Don't be thoughtless. That part. You know you're dealing with deceit. For some of you on the business realm, it may be intellectual theft. Somebody trying to steal your ideas, your brand, your whatever you got going on. Somebody trying to snatch it up. Again, you watch, you monitor, measure how you're going to react to whatever's going on. So, work with me here. That's a puppy. You know good well he let that puppy go. Doggy is gone all over the place. That's the same energy. Hold on to your emotional whatever you got going on. Don't act on impulse. Don't catch nobody in the act. If you see them doing something, trying to steal something, watch them. Don't say a word. And come up with some kind of game plan. I'm going to throw this back into relationship stuff. You find out or have a feeling, an inkling, your intuition is kind of kicking you in your head saying something going on, something going on, something going on. Watch. Sit back and watch. You making any kind of effort right now to kick up some sand, this is what you're going to get. I'm sorry, baby, it wasn't me. That was an accident. That's my cut. You know it's all lies. But do you want to hear all the lies? Really? You really want to go there? And some of you, this ain't everybody, but some of you might want to just go through the motions on that because that's what you're used to. I'm telling you, don't do it. Whatever's going on, whoever the thief in the night is, watch them. Just watch them. Even if you catch them in the act, do not. Because the long-term implications are, once you find out whatever this is going on, whether it's business or romance, you're not going to want to deal with this. Once you get the full gist of what's going on, you are not going to want to deal with this. So the less reacting that you do, the easier it's going to be for you to wash your hands of the whole situation. That's the message there. As we get to the end of that first week with the 7 of Cups on top of the 10 of Wands, you may be feeling overwhelmed. That 7 of Cups is talking about illusions and hope. You might be hoping against hope. That what you thought you saw, you didn't think you saw. That part. Sitting up on top of that 10 of Wands, just giving you a complete and total feeling of overwhelmment. Like it's just too much going on. Take a step back. Take a step back and look at the whole little situation. Each little part of it. And start formulating whatever game plan it is that you need to formulate. Do your best to keep your cups, i.e. your emotions, down. Just do your best. Do your best. I can't tell you not to. Do your best. When we get to the second week with the 6 of Swords sitting on top of the Knight of Cups, as this is transition. Knight of Cups here is transition, particularly with romance. There may be some transitioning. And this is going to be from an emotional level. This is not actually an action. This is just going to be from an emotional level. Example, you're going to find somebody cheating on you. Obviously, your emotional level is going to change. How you start processing your feelings for this person is going to change. Keep, is what I've been saying, some objectivity. Take a step back and look at the whole, once again, count all the cups. Look at the whole thing. Not just the one or two that's right there in your face. Look at the whole picture. Same message here, except we're talking about objectivity. It's the 6 of Swords. So we're moving out of that choppy into a little bit of calmer. Obviously, on the back side of this card, we're talking about changes. So ultimately, that's what's going on. There are changes. Some of these changes are overdue for some of you. And so the upset, might feel for some of you like this just came straight up out the blue, like what the hell? But moving away from the choppy shit, knowing the changes, getting into a little calmer situation, especially from an emotional, knowing and understanding your emotions are changing for whatever the situation is. Once again, just go with the flow. With the 10 of Cups and the Death card, it's nothing but changes. And you overcoming your fears, whatever is going to go on in the second week. I'm going to guess, And just be mindful, time is fluid. So I'm saying first week, second week. It might be whenever. But when all this up here, you become aware of what's going on. Let's just say that. It may trigger some shit within you because it means you're going to have to do some changing kind of quick. Obviously, the backside of this card talks about letting go of dependent ties. Oh, shit. Get like my thing right here. Start floating. Just start floating. Embrace the change, whatever you want to call it, but just start floating. The more you fight this, whatever this is, the harder it's going to be for you to deal with. So, once again, even if you catch somebody in the act, just watch. Don't say nothing. Plan your escape now. Work on overcoming whatever fears you may have about either being by yourself or dealing with emotional heartbreak, or for others of you, losing a job or losing a position because a company is closing, however that's resonating. With the Knight of Pentacles on top of the Seven of Wands, the challenge is dealing with the rejection, the isolation. Oh boy, out here on his own with the oars and no boat. Who the hell knew? Just dealing with that. You're going to have to hit the grindstone and just focus on what needs to be done on a day-to-day basis. You may have to take the initiative on some things. For example, if your company or your business or whatever that you're doing, and people are going out of business or changing and you got to leave, you may have to just take the initiative. They may say, oh, well, whenever you're ready, we'll sit down. You may have to just jump up and say, okay, this is what I'm doing. For some of you with the relationship issues, you may hit a point where conversation occurs. You may have to, again, take the initiative and get things going in the direction they need to go in as far as having any kind of conversation is concerned. But the rejection and the isolation that you feel, don't let that, again, overwhelm you. There are better things coming, Sag. That's what I do know. Six of Swords, talking about moving and a fresh start, having some balance and compromise in your life. The Seven of Pentacles, once again, dealing with that fear and frustration. This has been coming up a lot, though. But you have to remember, and I think I said this for Aquarius, it's about creating lasting value in what you're doing. You don't want to be with somebody, where is it, who's not loyal, who's trying to, steal the goodies and run. You're not trying to do that. So always remember, when you get in these little pockets and you just want to jump out the window, you're doing all of this. Universe is kind of helping you along, putting you through some of this, because what you want to last. You don't want to marry somebody that you think might go cheat on you. No, you don't want to do that. You don't want to be in a long-term relationship with someone who may be abusive. You don't want to work a job that's toxic. You want to build. And again, we're talking about tradition and new. And for some of you, manifesting some of this is going to require you to change your perspective on some things. Especially if you're trying to create something that's going to last. You may have to just man up, step back, and evaluate what's going on. Five of Wands. Once again, the Death card, we're still talking about changes and endings, and the Eight of Swords. And the Six of Swords is pulling the Six of Wands, some sixes. With my Star card, on top of the Seven of Pentacles, the Moon with the Sun, from beginning to end. Come on now. The Five of Wands, pulling the Eight of Pentacles. Death, pulling the Ace of Swords. And the Six of Cups sitting on top of the Knight of Swords. So, let's just talk about this one. Traditional, not traditional. This is how this goes. If you get up in your own sunshine, you're going to create the very thing that you want. You're going to transform a situation right to clickety-clack. And that's how you will bring that energy together. But if you're just going to shine a light on the negative or the old or the past, it's not. This is not going to be a good look. It's not. It's going to cause you more frustration and heartache in the long run. With the Six of Swords and the Six of Wands together, it's about the balance, but you're going to have to make some sacrifices. So when we talk about walking away from traditional things and starting new things, a lot of times that requires sacrifice. You have to sacrifice your time. You might have to sacrifice some friendships. And not sacrificing it so much as you're being mean to people or cutting people off, whatever. But trying to make a fresh start, you may have to move away from people that you know and love. Once again, we're headed towards the new and not the old. So that means you may have to make some sacrifices. Looking at the star card, the back of the star card, in order to get this thing that you want, you're going to have to make peace with this quick. That's why I'm telling you, there's no time to be stuck in the mud. I caught you cheating on Cheaters with a 30-minute episode with 2 commercials, and you just gone. This party is not even about that. Observe, make the changes you need to make, and let the past go. Period. And don't you know it? On the front of that, we're talking about detachment. From beginning to the end, you want to pull these two together. You want to stand up in your light so you can be the very change that some of y'all are like, no, I don't want to die. The very change. And with it being the moon card, you're going to have to deal with some emotional stuff. Everybody can't just walk up to the mic and drop it when they're done. I'm just saying. So you may have to be a bit practical for what you're trying to achieve, whatever that happens to be. But again, when you start standing in your own light, the changes, the transformation, pow, right there in your face. From the beginning to the end, from the light to the dark. And you're not trying to, as we talk about traditional things, you're not trying to leave anything or completely cut something off. You want to incorporate. So what are we talking about? Dusk, dawn, those periods during the day that incorporate the very things that separates, that part, yeah. So you may not want to leave every traditional thing. It's just that you're doing something new. You move forward. Be as practical as you can be. Deal with whatever obstacles. They're going to be there. You know you're going to have obstacles. Come on. Deal with them. Because all of this is in an effort to help you grow, to get you to when you get through all of this, you're going to be like, damn, I didn't know I was going to do this. Yeah. You're going to grow. You're going to grow exponentially. Blending these two. Get to the 4th week. Sure as I'm saying it. Be patient. What did I just say? The challenges. I'll be damned. Challenges bring growth. So go through it. Remain that air of detachment. I know this side didn't come up, but there's a little niggle there. Just keep that detachment. Keep it separated. Just a little niggle wiggle right there. Keep it. Don't get overly responsive, overly reactive. Just that little in the middle right there. So you can do what you need to do and face your fears. With the Ace and the Death, once again, from the beginning to the end. And there's that eagle again. I'll be damned. Making peace. Come on now, that's the Ace of Swords, beginning of something, making peace with your past, and letting go of whatever it is that's blocking you. This is major energy, so a lot of major energy on the board, but whatever's blocking you, make that peace so you can start this part of your journey off, and just move. Just move. And again, it's the blending of these two, just like there. Get to the end of this with the Six of Cups on top of the Knight of Swords. It's about speaking your truth and finding emotional renewal. That's what's on top, and that's what's on bottom. Speaking your truth. And I think once you go through all of this, speaking your truth will come naturally. And I know when I say this because I feel it, you're going to feel, as I'm saying, don't react to anything. Just observe whatever's going on. When you can do that, you'll meet your challenges head on. Just go with the flow. Go with the flow, Sag. I know that sounds fucked up, especially if you find out somebody's cheating on you, doing some more heinous shit, or somebody at the company that said something about you. That part. Don't, this is small stuff. That's what the guys are saying. This is small stuff. Don't sweat it. It may look gigantic. This is nothing. All of this is getting you ready. What the hell does that say? Challenge and perseverance up there at the top. Damn it, I don't have no boat, but I got oars. Damn it. Walk in your sun. Walk in your sun. When you start doing that, for some of you, it feels like whatever this other little situation is going on, it's holding you back. But because you've been in it for a while, so that's who this is resonating for, folks that have been in situations for a minute. Again, dealing with the traditional and the new. You've been in it a while. It's hard to just get up and walk away from somebody you've been with for a minute. It's hard to walk away from a job you've been at 5 years, even 2 years, and now all of a sudden you gotta hop your ass up and go, really? Roll with it, baby. Sagittarius is the best word I can give you. It's just roll with it, because once you start rolling with it, a lot of things, a lot of things are going to open up for you. So the first card that dropped was talk about commitment. For some of you, where that's going, other person might not be cheating physically, they may be emotionally cheating. This is what I'm hearing. And maybe you might find out, conversation, that there's emotional cheating because your partner may not feel like you are paying them enough attention. Talk about commitment. Maybe this is an area that has got your person feeling a little flighty. Maybe they're not feeling like you want a commitment. You do. And for some of you, the traditional and the new may be taking an old situation and renewing it. That part. Step away from your phone. All that impulsive shit we talking about. Oh, girl, I caught him on the phone. On Facebook, don't do it. On TikTok, don't do it. On Instagram, don't do it. Facebook, Messenger, chat, whatever. Step away from your phone. Because again, if the situation is that bad, you trying to make a clean getaway. You getting on all these little social media platforms and showing your behind because you mad, it's going to work against you. Step away from your phone. Watch your back. That theft, that intellectual theft. For some of you, I hear, watch your friends, your so-called friends. They might be trying to take what you have, be it man, woman, child, whatever. They're trying to get all up in your Kool-Aid. Watch your back. As a matter of fact, probably for the month of November, just be as cautious as you can be, especially dealing with people that you're not certain of. That part. Sag, I love you. I hope y'all have a good Halloween weekend. And I'm going to talk to y'all soon. Bye-bye.